If you're a guy and you're watching this, stop scrolling for a second because I have a question for you. I really want to know, what is it that a guy looks for in a woman? And I'm not talking about like superficial stuff like, oh, it's because she's so hot. No. I'm talking about something with a little meat on it, okay? Something with some substance, like it's the way she makes you feel, or it's the way she shows up for you when things get hard, or it's because you love how family oriented she is. Something like that. Because I am so daggone curious. I want to know. So comment down below and help a girl out, please.
Hell no! And I'm gonna tell you what, if I take a seat on that face, if I let myself sit down on that face, I better feel that motherfucking nose go into both of my holes. I should be able to sit so hard down on your fucking face, I should be getting fucked by your nostrils, okay? I want you to sniff the inside of my cooter and my booter. When I'm sitting down, I'm gonna do a spin on it. I should be able to balance like a basketball on a finger. Y'all hear?
I'm teaching my 5-year-old daughter to be a misandrist. If you didn't scroll after I said that, then let me tell you why I'm doing this and how. My daughter is going to grow up in a patriarchal society, just like I did as a millennial. And I want her to go into the world with an inflated sense of self. Her doctors, her dentist, any sort of healthcare provider that we go to, I always make sure is a woman. I mostly listen to female artists out of preference. And the other day she asked me if men could be singers too. And I said yes. And I know the world is going to beat her down, and I want to make sure that she doesn't take it, right? So I've told her that women are smarter than men, that men take power, but women have innate power inside of us. But in society, we don't always have as much power. And I've told her that women are better leaders. She did tell me that she told her dad that women are smarter than men, that girls are smarter than boys. And she told me, well, dad has smart. I'm divorced, if you can't tell. And probably some people are like, why are you teaching your kid this? But to me, this is a lesson that I wish that I had had. I grew up conservative Christian in the deep South. And it took me so long to unlearn all of these things as a woman. It took me so long to step into my power. I am 38 and I feel like I've just done that in the past couple of years. And I don't want my daughter taking shit. I've taught her about consent, about boundaries, how to name her emotions. Like, I am preparing my daughter for battle, okay? Because that is what the world is going to bring her, especially if what we are looking at in this administration continues. I don't want her to grow up in that world, but that is our reality. So that is why I'm teaching my daughter to be a misandrist.
A mother of 5 has been sentenced to 2 years in prison after falsely accusing a man of rape. The incident began on the night of April 18, 2022, when Rachel Jones, then 38, was intoxicated after a night out. Following a dispute with a taxi driver, she was left on the roadside, crying and barefoot. A passing motorist, Salim Ullah, noticed her distress and offered her a lift home out of concern for her safety. Una, a father-to-be, ensured she got home safely, even recording the encounter on his phone. However, after he declined a hug from her, Jones falsely reported to police that she had been gang-raped by Ullah and 2 other men. This led to Ullah's arrest. He spent 30 hours in custody, underwent intrusive examinations, and faced local gossip. Only after detectives reviewed his recording did they conclude no crime had occurred. In court, Jones admitted perverting the course of justice. The judge emphasized that her actions might deter others from helping distressed women. He also noted the damage done to genuine victims of assault. In the aftermath, Ullah described feeling violated and stressed, especially with his wife pregnant at the time. Police stated they hope this incident won't discourage genuine victims from coming forward, while affirming their commitment to thorough investigations. Jones is now serving her sentence, while Ulla continues to recover from the ordeal, grateful that his foresight cleared his name.
She wants a man to sniff the inside of her entire anatomy like he's a drug-sniffing dog at a border crossing. She thinks this level of physical degradation is a prize she's awarding you. It's a masterclass in how some women have turned intimacy into a humiliating endurance test, all while expecting you to thank them for the opportunity to lose your sense of smell.
Nasty bitch.
She's out here casually admitting to child abuse and calling it parenting. She's literally teaching her 5-year-old that men are a lower species, scrubbing every male face from her life like she's living in a propaganda film. She's so traumatized by her upbringing that she's decided the only cure for her past is to turn her daughter into a weaponized narcissist. She thinks she's giving the kid an inflated sense of self, but she's really just building a psychological prison where the girl will be unable to function in a world that contains, half the human population. The funniest part is her acting like being a misandrist is a revolutionary battle strategy. She's preparing her daughter for battle, but the only enemy in the room is her own unresolved baggage. She's 38, divorced, shocker, and thinks she's stepping into her power by telling a kindergartner that girls are smarter than boys. She's creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where her daughter will treat every man like a threat, get treated with the same energy in return, and then run back to mommy to confirm that the patriarchy is real. She's not teaching her daughter to avoid shit. She's teaching her to manufacture it.
Jeez, what a bitch.
She was drunk, barefoot, and stranded, essentially a walking liability, and when a guy shows up with actual chivalry to drive her home safely, she rewards him by calling the police and claiming a gang assault. She didn't just want a ride, she wanted total emotional validation, and when he declined her gratitude, she decided to use the state as a weapon to execute his reputation. She is the reason men are looking at a woman in distress on the side of the road and deciding to keep their cruise control locked at 60. She's out here proving that no good deed goes unpunished is a survival rule for men now. Luckily for him, he had the foresight to record the interaction, because in her world, believe all women is a blank check for sociopathic revenge. He went through the intrusive exams and the local gossip while his pregnant wife sat at home, and she only got 2 years. That's not a sentence, that's a sabbatical. She's not just a liar, she's a psychological manipulator who's making it statistically impossible for the good guys to ever stop and help women ever again.
That is unfortunate.
Real men of genius.